Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another stream of mine. It's Monday, start of a new week, and yeah, a few people are already here. Hey, hello, Steve. You were the first. Nice to have you here too. Yeah, Steve is quite active lately. He's streaming like all the time. It feels like, and I get most of the submissions for Larastreamers by him. So yeah, I really like that you use this platform a lot, and it seems that you're enjoying it. So that's nice. And yeah, we have more people here: Chester, Has, Vitor, Adrian, Pushan. Nice to have you all here, guys. I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a great start into this week. Again, here it's pretty hot in Vienna, Austria again, so it's pretty difficult for me to stream that late because my office is quite small and right beneath the roof. So, but yeah, let's see how long how long I'm going to make it here. So, what are we going to do today? Let me share my screen. Yeah. So yeah, Larastreamers is already telling what we're doing. We are already live. Let's see. Larastreamers is not seeing that, but hopefully soon. Yeah, we want to check out some of the latest PRs and if we have time, implement some new features. So yeah, that's the plan for today. So there were two pull requests lately, and I thought it's a nice idea to just quickly go through them, show you what's new, and maybe also tell you a little bit about my mind process when dealing with pull requests. What are some of the changes that are requested? So I think this could be of interest to you. So let's start with this one here. So let me check again. What's his name? Sunny. I think Sunny his name. Yes, so Sunny, if you're here again as well in the stream, please let me know. So he added the pull request because he was watching the latest stream where we were thinking about adding pagination, but actually we wanted to add a search, but it turned out that it wasn't so easy to implement this because of how I was dealing with the streams and how I was passing them to the stream list. So this whole list here on the website, also on the archive, this is a livewire component, and I was passing all the streams to this livewire component where they were already sorted by the date. So this way I'm able to have this nice syntax here where I can show what's today, what's tomorrow, and the other days. And since we were passing this collection already to the Livewire view, it was difficult to paginate them and search them. And he came up with an idea how we can change this. So let's see. So yeah, there was this called prepare streams action, which I was using to prepare the streams for the homepage and the archive. And this was working pretty well because all of the logic was inside this action, and inside the controller was just calling the action, and I got the prepared stream, which was nice. But now what he did now is he give the sorting out of the action. And let me see now. Yeah, so now inside our controllers, we are not running the action anymore. We're just giving back the view. And this is the same for the home page and for the archive page. And then now inside the render method, we are now getting all the streams. I'm now wondering if it's a good idea to put this in the render method. Yeah, I think it's fine. We maybe could clean this up a little bit because I think we can, make this a little bit simpler to watch. But yeah, basically we're just getting the streams, and here we're checking if we're on the archive page. So we have this Boolean on the livewire component to check this. Then we decide how we want our streams, what streams we want. So finished and from latest to oldest, or the upcoming ones, and order by scheduled start time. And now we're passing, so now we get these streams to this Livewire component. Here we are now dealing with how to use them. And here we are now, before we pass them to the view, run our action again, which we renamed now because now we are only sorting the streams by action. And it was important to me that the action name is also accurate to this. And he was also just changing how many test data we have. And then here we were adding some paginated links. And I think that's already most of it. Yeah, so we're not passing the streams here anymore to the component. And I think this was a nice idea, nice addition to the site here. And if we go now to the archive page, you can see now at the bottom, we have now here this little pagination. So we still need to work on the design. That's also what he mentioned. I haven't done this yet, but I still wanted to bring this in. So now we have a little pagination, which is nice. So these are just some small additions to the site, but I like how you guys are also getting involved. And it seems my camera is a little shaking here because when I'm moving too fast on the desk. So this was the first pull request. And the second one was by Steve the King, Steve, just the King, just Steve King. And he wanted to add a little API because I think what your plan is to add this to your page to show your upcoming streams. I think so. Please let me know if this is what your end goal is in here. And so we didn't had any API. So what was he doing? He created a new API controller here where we're returning some JSON response. We're using a new stream resource to define what data we want to show here. And I think that's, here we have the stream resource, and here we're defining what the data is. So in his first pull request, he was returning the YouTube ID, which I didn't want because we might end up with Twitch on this platform as well, and then maybe the ID could be that we have a stream which is on YouTube and on Twitch, and in this case, I don't think that's a good idea to use the YouTube ID. So currently, we're using the just normal ID on the database, but I think in the end we're going to end up with a unique ID which we will create. So it's always a little bit easier, safer if you don't have IDs which just increment and you can immediately see how many streams are there. Of course, in our case, I don't think it's a big of a deal, but we're going to change this a little bit. Then now we have the routing for the new API. We created new states for our factories to easily use them in the test to get an approved stream or not approved stream, which we are then going to use here in the tests. So here we're just checking that we get the streams back and also some of the data here. And here we're then using the factory states to make sure that we only get the approved streams. So I think that's a good idea for first API. I guess we'll have to wait and see if any other people want to use the API and what's the use case. We might need to adapt then a few things, but I think it's a good idea to have a simple API and give people the opportunity already to use it. So, let me check some comments real quick here. So Steve was saying, I'm adding an integration with PHP Online so people can find streams. Sounds like a cool idea. Thumbs up. And Adrian is also mentioning now we could shop the controllers that just return a view and define the view from the routes. So that's what you can do with Livewire too, just return the Livewire component from the route itself, and then I think define inside the Livewire component what layout page we want to use. So let's add this as another to-do. I'm currently adding all these to-dos here just in the issues so I don't forget about them. Remove controllers where we only pass LiveWire components. All right, yeah. So let's don't forget about that one too. And as you can see, we still have a lot of to-dos, a lot of things to do for the platform itself. So if any of you want to help out, check out one of those to-dos here, enhancements. But if you start working on something, please let me know about this so that we don't both work on it. And I also can provide some more info because currently there is not much info in those issues. Okay, so what's next here? Oh, Benjamin is here too. Hello, Benjamin. So let me check. Adrian was talking about something differently, not LiveWire. Just the blade. What do you mean by this now? Just the blade? Let me check again the first message. Now you could drop the controllers that just return a view and define the view in the routes file. Okay, yeah. So we are not returning LiveWire components, we're just returning the view file. So let's update this real quick here. Yeah, we can still keep it like this. I think I still know what I mean by this. And Steve, I was already using the feed to integrate. Yeah, of course. So we also have a feed, which you can use if you have some kind of feed reader. But yeah, I also think with the API now it's much better because you get also the upcoming streams. All right. Anything else new here? No, I don't think so. Just a little reminder again, you can add all the streams to your calendar with subscription or just download the file here. And now in my case, I always see all the streams in my calendar and see what is next. And this is being updated. You can define this for yourself. For me, it's like every day. And so I don't miss any streams anymore. And also a good idea is always to follow the Larastreamers YouTube, Twitter channels, because here we are also streaming about new streams here. Like about, where's the one that I just did? That's interesting. Why don't we see a tweet about my live stream currently? Okay, that's something we have to check. But that's not what I want to do today because I have some other plans here. Let me just write this down here so that I don't forget about it. Why no tweet? Question mark. And let's also check if this is now. Okay, I think that's the issue because this is not live currently. So let's check. We are already 16 minutes in. So this should be live. Let me check here the live database, which I have now on my other screen here. What's the status? It's upcoming. Okay, yeah, that's definitely something that I have to check because it's currently upcoming. It was not updated yet, so there must be some issue with the cron shop. But it seems it was working for the last stream. So what was the last stream that we had? It was Steve about refactoring PHP packages, and I think I also saw this here. Yeah. Okay, so it's something new, maybe just with my channel here. Yeah, we need to check this at some point, but today I want to do something different. So what I want to add today is, where do we have this? This one here. So what I want to do is for tweets or streams where there is a connected channel. So currently there are also channels in the database. So like YouTube channel, currently it's only mine. And my channel is automatically being checked and all the streams are being loaded automatically so that I don't have to submit my own streams because yeah, this would be tedious. And since I already have my channel connected, I want to make sure that whenever we tweet out something that I add my Twitter handle, because I think this would be nice to have here. Also Twitter handle, like a new stream just started by this and this person. Since we don't have Twitter accounts from the streams of other people because it's not connected to the most YouTube accounts, it's difficult to add this for everyone. But for now, I want to start by adding this for myself. So that's what we're going to do today. Let me get rid of my database here again. Yeah, this is also something that I had in mind. Maybe there was some kind of limit which we hit, and now it's not working. But I think I want to check this later. So yeah, so we want to add Twitter handles to the streams. So let's get into the code and let's see how we're going to do this. Create a new branch here. Add Twitter handle to tweets were given. Okay, as always, we're going to start with a test and let's see what tests we already have for tweets that we sent. I think that's this one. That's something that Freak created a pull request for. So let's see, what do we have? It only tweets streams that are live. It correctly sets the tweeted at time stat. It only tweets streams that are going live once. So it seems we don't have any test about the message itself. And I think I want to start with this because I want to make sure that we add the Twitter handle to the message. So I think it's a good idea to test the whole message. So let's start by copying this test here. And let's think about it checks the message of the tweet. Yeah, so what do we need? We want to have a stream which is currently live. Yes. Then here we are already making an assertion, which we don't need. We want to act here. We want to run our command to tweet about a live stream. And then we want to make an assertion. And currently we're using here a Twitter fake class, which we created, which just makes sure whenever we call this tweet method, we are going to increment this tweet sent property, and then we can make an assertion if a tweet was sent and how many were sent. So it's pretty simple, but it's a nice way to test things that we don't own, like Twitter. And now let's think about how we would want to call this from our test here. So third message is. We're calling this now maybe multiple times. Maybe assert last message was. Something like this. So I want to pass in here some string, and I want to make sure that this was the message being used. So this is the message. Let's add some dummy text here. Run this and it will fail because we don't have this method yet. So let's create this one. Okay, so what does this mean for us? We need to make sure that we store the message that we want to send. But let's check how we do this in real, because it seems we're done passing in the message here. Or maybe we do and we just don't get it here yet. So let's check this out. App services, Twitter. Oh, yeah, so I think we're just getting the status here, right? So let's also use this here. What is he complaining about? Oh, we're not in a constructor. That's why I can't use this. So this means also going to store this to, how did we call this? Last tweet message. Like this, and let's add this property here. Yeah. And now we're going to make insertion, PHP unit. Assert equals, and then we're going to use string, which is our expected message, but called expected status. I think we're going to keep status here since that's how it's called. And let's also rename this then. Last tweet status. And we don't return anything. All right. I think let's just try this out. So, by the way, it seems I need to change the background here in PHP Storm for my light theme, because today I'm using a light theme. I'm switching every now and then, and I don't like this brown. But it seems this is working because here we have our status, and here's the one, and they are not equal. So let's see, how can we make sure that they are equal? Let's create here our expected tweet status. Let's just call it expected status. I think it's better. So a new stream just started, and this is the name. So I think we're going to need our stream here. Let's change these here. And what is it? I think that's a title. And then here, this will be the ID. YouTube ID. I think this should be it. And then here we are making use now of our expected steps. See, Speech Storm here complaining about unnecessarily curly braces. Okay. And let's get rid of them. Yes, I guess we only need them if we run a method, if I'm correct. Okay, let's see if this working. No, it's not, but let's see why. What's the difference? Okay, it's about the new line here. Okay, in my expected, I have 2 empty lines. Where does this come from? I think probably because I had this on the second line here. Yeah. Okay, so it seems this is now working. So we've made sure that if we want to test this later, that it works now with the current solution, which I think is nice because now we have also a way to check this, the message. So let's make a committee real quick. Add test to check tweeted live, tweeted status message. All right. Just checking if there are any more comments. No, it seems we are good. That's nice. So this means now I can copy this test here. And it adds Twitter handle to streams connected to a channel. It adds Twitter handle to streams connected to a channel. Yeah, that's what we want to do. So how do we do this now? We need to make sure that if we have a stream, it is connected to a channel. And let me bring up here the database again. Let's use the local one. And let's bring this here to you as well. Here we go. So when we have channels, for me, this would be like platform, YouTube, then my platform ID. And the ID is, the YouTube channel ID. And somehow we need to make sure that if we have a stream, we can check if it's connected to a channel. So we have the YouTube ID, which doesn't help us. We have the channel title, which I think we could use. I'm not sure if I don't think it's a good idea to use the title because I think it could be easily changed. So I think it's best if we have the platform ID here as well. So this ID also on the streams. So first thing now is we need to make sure if we get this ID. So let me see, do I have still here the YouTube developers, Google? Yeah. So that's the API call. So this is a test platform here on YouTube where we can check specific API calls and see what we get back. So let's use upcoming stream of Steve. Let's take his, that's the past one right here. So let's take this one here. And now let's check what we get back if we ask YouTube for this one here. So we have the live streaming details, snippet, content details, statistics. So here we define what parts of the entry we want to get back. Let's allow this here through my account here. Okay, and here we see where we get back. And this is how we use all the data when you submit one of your streams. This is how we store it. So we have the channel title. But I think we don't see the channel ID. Oh, here we have it. What's this? That's inside snippet. Okay, so it seems this is the channel ID which we want. So I think it makes sense to store the channel ID with every stream as well, because that's the only way that we can connect the stream to a channel. And then on the channel itself, we could add something manually like the Twitter handle, which I would do for myself. Because again, we don't have a way to know from your YouTube channel your Twitter channel. So this is not something that you can connect through YouTube itself. So let's see how we can bring this in now. There are a few things that we need to do in order to make this work. So I already know I need this channel ID on the stream itself. I somehow need the Twitter handle on the channels, and I probably need a relationship between the stream and the channel, so that if I have a stream, I could check if there is a channel, and if there's a channel, I could add something to the message. So yeah, a few things. And these are always the situations where it could get a little bit messy if you start something here and there, and then you don't know if you have some test for this already. So I always like if I can let my tests help me on what is next here. So the first thing inside my test, which I would want to do, is I want to make sure that I can connect a stream to a channel. Yeah. So how do I want to do this? I always have to look this up. How to create a relationship as well. Belongs to. So in this case here, if I have a post, I can say this post is for a specific user. And here we're creating the users. I think it's similar to what we have. So we have a stream and want to create a channel as well, which is then be connected. And if we do it like this, it should fail because we don't have a relationship yet. And this will then tell me that I should create the relationship next. I'm just wondering if there's only this form method. Okay, I could also do it like this. So channel factory. We have to create it as well. Here we're creating it. Yeah, but here we don't. So it seems we don't have to create it. Okay, what should happen now? So let me think. If we're going to create now a stream for the channel, I think it should fail here already because we don't have a relationship or any fields connected here. But let's try it out. Yeah, so it's looking for a method called channel on the stream. And we don't have this yet. So let's go to our stream model here. Right here at the top after the cards, let's create a new method called channel. Podcast just channel, and it belongs to relationship. Okay, again, let's go back to the test, run the test. Okay, now it's failing because of my return type. I could have thought of this too, so let's just do this real quick. Belongs to a stream. Belongs to a channel. this one here. All right, and what is our test saying? So it will fail again, but let's see. Okay, it seems I already messed this up again. So what did I use here? Eloquent relation belongs to. Oh yeah, classic one. I'm not returning something. So I've been having this issue like every once a month, and I'm thinking about, okay, what could be wrong, because it doesn't give you a correct or a nice error, but yeah, it's something that I often have. Okay, so now we have a different error about the query, which is now true because table streams has no column called channel ID. Okay, so we need to add now this channel ID. So I'm looking currently for the migration. Create streams here. So normally I would just change this, but since we're now going to, since the application is already live, we can change it in this one. So it means we need to create a new migration. So let's create a new database migration and let's call it add channel ID to streams. Change table, and the table name is streams. Oh, it's interesting. It seems like we can already use the anonymous migration. I think that's a new feature in Laravel, but it seems it's already enabled here. So this is useful so that you don't have any conflicts with class names when we use an anonymous. But I haven't done this now yet, so I will also won't do this here. So we have now not this table, string, and we're going to call this channel ID. And where do we want this to be? So for me, this order is also always very important. So let's check this. YouTube ID. I think I want it after the YouTube ID. YouTube ID. And I also want this to be nullable. Because when you think about this, there will be a lot of streams where we don't. Oh, that's not correct. Every stream will have a channel ID. Yeah, but what about the ones? What about the streams that we already have in our archive? So I'm not going to pull in again the channel ID for them. So I think we should keep this nullable. All right. Okay, so we're adding channel ID to the streams. Now let's go back to our test. And it's working again. Okay, so what does this mean? What does this mean? So this means we have now a relationship. Okay, so what's next? I'm doing this all from the test side, outside in what I want to happen and then implement it. So a new stream by new stream by Twitter user just started. Yeah, I think something like this. I want this to be, and now this should fail again. And I'm not going to check this because I already knew it's because of this here. So this means I want to make sure that when we create the stream, it also has a channel ID, which we now have. And it should be this one here. Okay, again, the error should still be the same because, yeah, this is missing here. So this means what is next that we have to do? Inside our, what are we testing here? The comments. By the way, let me check some of the comments here real quick. Why don't you always link a stream to a channel? So I guess what you mean is why I not also store other channels, right? And add some columns to the channel for channel fetch, Twitter handle, and so on. And add some columns to the channel for channel fetch. I think that's pretty similar to what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to connect all the streams to a channel, but what I'm currently don't want is to store all the channels, because the issue that we have is I don't want to automatically load all the streams from all the channels because I still want to improve them. But I still can, of course, store the channels for everyone as well. But what would be the benefit right now? I don't see it currently. If you know what would be the benefit, please let me know, Adrian. So, okay, this was about the issue you've already seen. In case someone does not use Twitter. I'm just thinking about what this was related to. So yeah, sure, there are people not using Twitter, but yes, it could be at some point that we have some channels where from people which don't use Twitter. But yeah, I also think that's currently unlikely, so not going to deal with this. You need the Twitter handle on the channel, not the stream. You need the Twitter handle on the channel, not on the stream. Did I do this wrong here? Yep. Correct. Good catch here. I don't need this here. I guess that's when we still need to use the create method here. And it's also not a channel ID, it's Twitter handle. So we are creating a new stream. We want to connect it to a channel, which we also create, and the channel has the Twitter handle. Yeah. So good catch, Adrian. Thanks. No, it does not automatically depends on Twitter. So the way it currently works is people submit a stream, and then I add it to the database as a stream. But we also have channels in the database, which I currently use only for myself, where I have some of the details of my YouTube channel. And a cron shop will check like every hour if I have new streams and then automatically import those. So that's what we use the channel for currently. Okay, so let's move on here. So we are failing here. Table channels has no column named Twitter handle. That's correct. So let's also add this now. New migration, add Twitter handle to channels table. So we want a new string called Twitter handle. It should be nullable. And where do I want this to be placed? The Twitter handle on the channel. Platform ID. Let's put it after this, after on platform since. All right, so on the channels, we're going to add a new string field called Twitter handle. It should be nullable, and after this here. Okay, back to our tests. Refresh this. Okay, so we're back to the error where we just don't see the string. That's just because we're not handling this yet. So we are now going to our comment here. In the comment, we are going to call the job here. Yeah, so here we are defining, we're getting the Twitter service class, and then we are making the tweet here by defining this message. So yeah, always difficult with strings to find a nice way to add this. So how do we want to deal with this? So we want to have a new stream by blah, 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 just started, but only in the case where there is a channel connected to the stream. So let's start with this one. Do we have access to the stream? Yeah. Let me check. So if we call the property channel, we should get back something if there is a channel. Yeah, and we're also going to need the channel itself. So we're probably going to store this. Could it be that I get a collection back? No, I think since it's just a belongs to relationship, we should get back the channel instance itself. Okay, so now we have access to the Twitter handle. So how do I want to go about this? Let's start with a simple one and just by message. And also here, let's forget the comment to change the apostrophe. So channel, Twitter handle. And the space before and after. So this is what is changing if we have a channel. So of course, currently, so let's make it just dirty to make it work first. So here we're adding the message here. And I think it should already pass now. It does not, but let's see. A new stream. Yeah, okay, we do have one more empty space, which is too much. Yeah, so in this case, it should be like this because it does not work, but I'm curious if I put this in curly braces, does this now also work like this? Yeah, okay, it seems so. Again, this is really quick and dirty, but I want to make the test pass first. Yeah. So that's good. So it means this is already working. So now let's think about how we can make this a little bit cleaner. Let me see, do you already have any suggestions? Yeah, that's a level idea plugin. It's just a lifesaver and I use it all the time. So you just have this code generation prompt here and I can do all kind of things. Create a new controller, config files, create a job. Yep, all the things that you need when working with Laravel, you can just create it. You have template files which you can adapt to your needs. So it's just so good. So I can only recommend checking this out. Now I miss a space in the else. Okay, that's true, but why? Oh, I didn't run all the tests because another test should not fail. Yeah, and it does. No, that's not the one that I was looking for. This is one of the skip tests by Chatstream. That's the one I'm looking for. Yeah, right. Okay, so again, in all these situations, I like to make the test fail first, and then we can go back here and now change this, and now all tests should work again. And that's then a good place to start refactoring. Yeah, looks good. Good catch. Hello, little Just Steve King kids. How do you call the kids? Are those the prince? Little Steve princes? How many do you have and how old are they? Hey guys. Okay, so what would be now a nicer way to do this? So by message equals to, I wonder, I don't think this is working now because we want to get the channel in order to use this. So I can't make an easy comparison. Like I just tried. I think what we can do is, let me try this. Let's use the string helper method and let's see how far we can get with this one. So we're starting with an empty string. And then we can make here, we can use the when method. Yeah, I think I don't can reference it then to the channel. Let's see how far we can go. So, oh, it seems, okay, it looks like it's working, but what do I get back in here? I think that it's the string, right? Fluent string helpers when. Yeah, so I get the string back. Okay, but how do we get the message? How do we get the channel? That's what I'm currently looking for. So I want to return this now, right? Probably can use the channel like this. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we're not using the message, so I think we can just get rid of this. And let me show, is this now working? I think it should be. So we're making a new string for the buy message. When we have a channel, we want to change it. And now we're just going to use it. I think this should already work. Nope, it does. What did I miss? A new stream. Okay, we're missing some spaces again. This one, right? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, okay, cool. This is working. This now looks much better. Can I convert this to an arrow function? Yes, I can. Also a little bit nicer now. Again, let's run all the tests. I always want to make sure they work. I'm also not happy with the name here. New stream by message. Let's rename this to let's call it Twitter handle if given. I think that's a much more clear. When we read it, a new stream, Twitter handle if given, just start it. The stream title, new line, URL. I think this looks good now. Oh my God. Steve is the king indeed. He has 5 kids. Oh man, you're crazy. 5. Wow. Respect, man. And you still have time to code? Wow, that's impressive. Yeah, Deanna's right. The future of PHP is bright. Already 5 more are on the way. Wow. Did you also write how old they are? Oh, yeah, here. They are 6, 5, 2, 1, and 6 months. Wow. Congratulations, Steve. Yeah, that's impressive. I have no kids and still feel like I have not enough time, but having 5 kids, wow. Would be really interesting. Not sure if you have blogged about it, but how you work, how you make a schedule to make this work. So it's not something that we need to talk here, but if there was any podcast where you talked about this or blog post, I would be really interested. So that's nice. Yeah. Let's see, any else here? No. Okay, cool. So it seems this is working. So I'm always thinking about when I do those features, anything, what happens if I go live now? So let me check the commit stage here. So we added 2 migrations. So when we go live, when we merge the pull request in the end, we're going to add new migrations to get the channel ID to the streams and then the Twitter handle to the channels table. Yeah. And yeah, so what happens? Do we need to take care of some edge cases? So what happens if there is no Twitter handle given? So I think we need to deal with this as well. Let's write a new test here. it works without given Twitter handle on connected channel. So this means we get rid now of this create method here. So we don't have a Twitter handle. The rest is the same. What do I expect? I expect this to be a new stream just started. We're going to run the command and we're going to assert the message. Yeah, so it's good that we check this because it's failing, because we only check if there is a connected channel. We don't connect if there is a handle. So this means we need to adapt this. I think we can just try to get the Twitter handle here. Make now use of this operator. And then we get the Twitter handle here. And here we're using then Twitter handle. Let's try it out. Let's run all of our tests again. I think it should work. Yeah, it looks good. So let's scan over our test methods here again. So it adds a Twitter handle to streams connected to a channel. It works without given Twitter handle on yeah, I don't like the name. It works with missing Twitter handle on connected channel. Yeah, I think that's better now. Okay, looks good to me. What's going on in the chats here? Mr. Has is just observing. Yeah, that's also what I currently do. My brother has a child which is 7 months old. Pretty cute, but yeah, it's also nice that you can give them back at some point too. Yeah, that's what happens here. You never know what we're talking about. We talk about kids too, so no worries about that. In the end, the stream is about connecting people, connecting me with you, connecting you to another of you watching. So yeah, that's what this is about. So I'm always glad if people are here, hang out with me together. I like that I'm not working alone, that I can talk to you, that you can help me out if I ran into some bugs or issues. So yeah, that's what I love about live streaming. So what's up with Benjamin? Almost 21. Oh yeah, so pretty young. Getting engaged. You're getting engaged soon? Does this mean you just told us that you're going to propose to your wife? I hope she's not watching so that you don't mess up the surprise. But yeah, all the best for those plans. Yeah, I think getting married is also a good idea first, and you don't have to do everything at once. So I can assume marriage. I'm not sure where you're from, Benjamin, again. But yeah, marriage is always also a lot of quite time confusing, sometimes quite expensive too. So a lot to handle too. So yeah, going step by step is also, I think, a good idea. All right, so I think this should already be working. So let's make a commit here. How do we call this? A test to check tweet status message. Have we done a tweet before? No, I don't think so. Add Twitter handle to message if given on connected stream. Let's commit this. Let's check again if there are any refuse from PHP Storm to check. No, doesn't seem so. And this means we can push this now. And if the tests are working on this branch as well on the live system, we can merge it. That's nice. That's nice. So I still need to check about the issue that we have because I don't think we currently see any new tweets. So do we? No, we don't see this. So this means, yeah, let me check this real quick, but I might want to do this. Can I get into Forge without you seeing the things that I don't want you to see? I think what we also could do is I can SSH into the server. And here, go to this site and open up storage logs. I only have one log here. Okay, we also need to change this. YouTube error, YouTube exception, API error 400. Okay, I think Adrian was right. This looks like we have a problem probably with the rate limit. Yeah, and this happens now. Okay, it seems like we had these errors the whole night and I was not alerted about this. That's strange. I thought the app was connected to, what is the debug service again, by Frake. I think I'm going to need to check this as well. I'm going to write some notes here. Bug alert. So that's a good question by Hayes. How does this work legally wise? So we have a limit for calling the API. I know I checked this once, but I have no idea what it was. YouTube API limits. If you reach the limit, you can request additional quota by completing the quota extension request. But what is the limit? What is the limit? Quota calculator. The table below shows the quota cost for calling. But what is the quota? Projects that enable you to have default quota location of 10,000 units per day. So what's a unit? An amount sufficient for the majority. What's a unit? What is a YouTube API unit? Is this one call or 10,000 units per day? So how many requests do we make? I'm pretty sure it's not 10,000 a day. check our comments here. So every hour we check this. Okay, that's interesting. What streams do we update? Do we also update old streams? Streams when? No. Soon live only. Okay, it seems we are checking if it is soon live only, and then we're only going to update it, right? Okay, that's that's a parameter that we pass. Do we pass this here? Nope, we don't pass it here. So do we really update all the streams now? So this is not given. So this means it seems we're going to update all streams. So this is definitely an issue. So we have now, I think, about 50 or 70 streams. So every hour we're checking all of them. Not good. But let's try to calculate this real quick. So I think I have about 15 more minutes. So we have, let me check the database. How many streams do we have? We have 56. So this means every hour, I think we have 600. Yeah, so it's not even 1,000. Then we update all the streams soon to be live every 5 minutes. So that's also not much. Tweet about, not much. Import channel streams hourly. So we have currently one channel, which is mine, and hourly we're checking this here. So I would assume we don't have more than 1,000 requests a day. But still, this is something we need to fix, because do we really want to update streams which are old? Yeah, it's an interesting question, because I know a lot of streamers do update their streams after they stream, add something to the description, something like this. So we still want to get this, but if a stream is already older than a week, we of course don't want to update it anymore. But I think it all depends on what the quota is on YouTube. But still, this is strange to me. YouTube API quota. Yeah, and all API requests, including invalid request, in queue at least at 1 point quota cost. Can find the quota available to your application. Oh, so I can check this. I haven't been working with YouTube a lot, but so what do I see here? That's traffic. It's there. So what does this mean? Quota in seconds? Okay, it seems we had like 11,000 requests, but I think probably in the last month. Okay, yeah, but it seems this is, I forgot to remove the comment again. Okay, it seems like this is something that I have to check. I'll check myself later, and I don't want to you watch me while I Google stuff all the time. Yeah, a marriage is like working with the YouTube API. If you don't have enough units, it could be a problem. So Benjamin, always make sure to have enough units so that you don't run into any marriage exceptions. We don't want to deal with them, right? Could caching help? Yeah, since they are stored in the database and we don't do too many requests, I'm not sure if caching would help us here in this case. But yet 10,000 seems like more enough. So I maybe need to check the real message, what the problem is, and then maybe I can move on from there. Okay, let's check this again real quick. YouTube quota calculator. Quarter cost. Okay. Method list 1. Activities caption. So what are these? These are the resources. What are the resources that we use? There are like videos. Whoa. If you want to insert something, it's like 1,600 units, I guess, which we don't do. List is also only 1. Yeah, okay, that's strange. I need to check this out myself, and I will going to update you people about this the next time. So the API is currently used to load new streams. So if you submit a new stream, you're going to enter the ID of the stream. I'm going to the YouTube API. I'm going to get the stream. I'm going to add it to the database. Then also every hour or something like this, we are checking all the streams that we have. If there are any updates like the description, the name, the time when you're going to stream, all those things. So these are the things where we need the YouTube API for. On the website for showing all the streams, we don't use the API. All right, yeah, I think that's good for today. I'm going to keep you updated on this issue here. Here, is there anything else? Yeah, let's check together what's next here. Oh, what's happening here now? It's live now. Do we also have now a tweet? Yeah, 20 minutes ago. Oh, that's interesting. So maybe we have now some more units, but it seems now it's working again. So interesting. Maybe I hit the limit and then now at 20 minutes before now it was working again. Maybe I got some more units. Okay, that's interesting. I definitely have to check. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to show you yeah, what's next here. So tomorrow, Steve the King, Steve the Five Kids King is going to speak about what is he doing? Let's build a CRM ERP system in Laravel, episode 1. Okay, cool. Sounds interesting. What's the time? Yeah, Steve is always streaming a little bit later. If I have some time, I try to check. Then on Wednesday, we have the past meetup. I missed the first one, so I really want to try going to the second one now. I know Frake is speaking, and I think Ryan Chandler. I think so. And on Thursday, Steve the King again here. Episode 2 of Building CRM ERP System. That's cool. On Friday, I have another casual artisan call with Freak. That's cool. And yeah, what about Deanna? Are you still here? How did your first? I don't think it was the first one, but maybe the first one you did alone. How did this go? And are you going to do another one? If yes, please, yeah, let me know by submitting here to the platform. And yeah, I'm going to add this, and would be cool to see you here also more regularly on Larastreamers. Okay, I think that's it for today. I'm going to merge the new feature that we built. We're going to check it out then the next time that I'm going to stream, because then I think it's the first time that we see if mentioning works in live in reality too. And here I'm also now on GitHub sponsors. I added this the last week. So yeah, if you want to keep my streams, the blog, podcast, all the 3 things that I do, if you want to keep this going or want to support me money wise as well, yeah, please check out me on GitHub sponsors. And as always, check out my product. I'm not sure if I have shown this before, but I added on my personal side now this new product page. It's just the links to the products that I built. Oh, I see there's some issue here. Or is there? No, that's just a hover. Oh yeah. The products that I build, and yeah, if you like those, you can also always support me by checking out my product here as well. So I think these are the 2 main ways you can sponsor me money wise with my product and with GitHub sponsors. And then, of course, joining here, contributing to these streams by being here, writing comments, or sharing something on Twitter. That's, of course, is always also appreciated very much. So thank you for already doing this. Yeah, I think that's it for the stream. Thank you, everybody, for joining again. I hope I see you again the next time, probably next Monday again, maybe on Friday. Yeah, oh yeah, of course we see each other on Friday, where I'm going to talk about Freak. If you have any questions for us, yeah, just join again and just ask us anything, and we're just going to talk about it. So I wish you a great rest of Monday. See you the next time. And yeah, thank you again, everybody. Bye.